The North will never vote any politician that supports the tax reform bill, and the North will make sure that Tinubu leaves office in 2027. This is a direct threat from the Northerners to Tinubu. They are saying that any Northern politician that supports, note, any Northern politician that supports the tax bill, they will vote them out, and they will make sure that Tinubu does not return 2027. Let me break this news to you that that bill is likely to be passed, whether the Northern politicians like it or not. The Northern politicians have entered one chance. They are between the devil and the deep blue sea. Many top politicians in the North have spoken out against this bill, but it is just remaining one person. I'm concerned about this person's take on the tax reform bill. I'm very much concerned, and I will respect his opinion on the tax bill. His name is Malam El-Rufai. If he puts down any statement, if he pens down any statement on this tax bill, the North will respect it. Atiku has spoken, asking for consultations. Prof. Zulum has spoken, asking for consultations. Pantami also have spoken, asking for consultations, and Kwankwaso condemned that bill. So the Northerners are largely against the tax reform bill. The Southwesterners are the one championing the bill. Whenever somebody is rejecting the bill, you see the Southwesterners, the Yorubas, it seems they have a group chat that anybody that speaks against this bill, counter them. So anybody speaking against the tax reform bill, mostly Southwesterners are the ones that are attacking. They attacked Atiku, they attacked Kwankwaso, they attacked Zulum, they attacked Pantami, and every Northern person. Of recent, Northern youths, in quotes, trooped to the National Assembly protesting against the tax bill. It is war between the North and the South. Ohaneze is supporting Tinubu on this tax bill. These are follow come boy. They don't have a say of their own. Ohaneze is joining the bandwagon that is supporting Tinubu on this tax bill. South senators, politicians, lawmakers are also supporting. It is battle between the South and the North. Who is going to win this battle? But before I tell you who will win the battle, somebody asked me a question. What is your take on this tax bill? Are you in support of the tax bill? So I'm going to answer the question now. Over 90% of Nigerians, I'm very sure, must have not looked into that tax bill. Almost how many pages? 400 pages. Over 90% of Nigerians must have not read that tax bill to understand what it is. Many people from the North who are educated are trying to explain to Nigerians, to Northerners, to everybody that cares to read or listen, how the tax bill works. Let me start by saying I support the tax bill because it is going to bring creativity. Creativity in the sense that governors that are lazy will start looking inwards to find ways they can generate money for themselves. It is going to lead to resource control. It's going to lead to regionalism at the end of the day. But look at where I have fault. The government of the day does not have the goodwill of the people. The people don't trust the government. You started with subsidy. You removed subsidy. You said the poor people were going to benefit at the end of the day. So now that subsidy is removed, the price of goods and services are high. People cannot afford transportation to their places of work. There's no increase in salary. The subsidy made Nigerians poorer. So APC government promising that the subsidy removal will bring cushion the blah 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 of Nigerians and everything, they lied. You remove subsidy on electricity. The poor people, you put more burden on them. They started paying more for electricity. Now, exchange rates. Those that are importing goods that the poor people consume, the exchange rate increases. Yes, unification of the exchange rate. Furthermore, if you go into the market, those things that you are buying that are imported, the price will increase. So on all sides, Nigerians, the poor people are losing. The poor people are at the receiving end Any policy that this APC government has brought today, as we speak, the poor people never benefit. The same with this tax bill. They are telling you that the poor will benefit. The poor will not be taxed. I will tell you it is a lie. Although the rich will be taxed, but the poor will bear the brunt. The poor will bear the brunt. Let's look at areas that these northern governors, northern politicians are against. Is value added tax. From 20% it was increased to 60%. The second one is company tax. Yes, I think from 50% to 27.4%. So, for instance, personal income tax, the poor man below 800,000 naira or below 1 million naira will not be paying tax. Okay, I agree. I earn 70,000 naira minimum wage every month, and 70,000 times 12 is around 770. No, it's 820,000 times 12. 70,000 minimum wage times 12 is 820,000. So I will not be paying tax, personal income tax. If you increase the tax Coca-Cola pays to the government, Coca-Cola will factor the increase into its product. MTN is one of the highest remitters to government. They said 200 billion naira. Yes. If you increase that company tax that MTN pays to the government from 15.something% to 27.something%, the MTN will factor the increase into their product and services. And who are the people using their product and services? They are Nigerians. This is a simpler example. For instance, I'm earning 50,000 a month, and I usually buy Coke 400 naira, Coca-Cola 400 naira. Okay, I will not be taxed. Yes, the poor man, according to APC and the tax reforms, the poor man will not be taxed, but Coca-Cola as a company will be taxed. So if you increase the tax on Coca-Cola, would Coca-Cola not factor the increase into their products? That's the question. Then, if I don't pay tax, Coca-Cola pay tax, Coca-Cola increase and factors into their production, I'll start from 400 that they were selling to me, they may now increase it to 500. So the money that they are paying is now factored and sent back to me. Then I'll be buying Coke 500. That is the reality. That is one of the issues I have with this tax. The people at the end of the day are the ones that are going to bear the brunt. They are the ones that are going to be at the receiving end. That's my issue. These big men that you are saying that they are afraid that, okay, if you have 100 million, you pay 25, whatever. These big men, they are the people that own the means of production. They own companies. They have shares in industries. They own banks and everything. If somebody like UBA, Elumelu, you increase his tax from 15.something% to 27.something%, don't you know that the services UBA is going to start rendering to you as a poor man that is using UBA will be increased? The goods and services, the things you buy, that there's value added tax on it. For instance, we have Tin Tomato company. They increase the tax of Tin Tomato company. The Tin Tomato company is going to factor that increase. So Nigerians are at the receiving end. The issue I have with this bill. Every other issue I don't have. The federal government is going to have more money. Lagos State, Oyo State, Rivers State, I think Ogun State, Delta State, I think 4 or 5 of these states are going to benefit more from value added tax, and states with population. The North are the ones that are going to suffer the most. I'm in support of that bill. It doesn't favor Abia State that I'm from in a way. It just will help Abia State to start looking inward and find ways that they can be creative. Kano State, you import corn from Kano State. There's no value added tax on that corn. And bring it to Lagos. Lagos uses that corn and produce alcohol. And they charge value added tax on that alcohol. Lagos takes some from that alcohol. There are industries, there are infrastructures that attract population. Lagos, Ogun State have those things. Port Harcourt has those things. Where you have a seaport, where you have Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lekki Depot, you have institution of government, you have an international airport, you expect population in Lagos. So Lagos will be placed at an advantage over every other state. One of the reasons why the northern governors are crying. But I'm supporting that bill so that we know that northern governors are lazy. They are just bent on sitting down in their offices and they go and collect allocation. They do nothing. This bill is going to make them do something with their lives. And I know that they cannot do it. I know that northern governors don't have the creativity to do what they need to do. It's just like somebody who lives on corruption. You live on free money. From when you're young, you're a jabota, you live on free money. There gets to a point whereby you need to hustle for yourself. Those free monies are not coming. How do they start hustling? They don't have the experience. They don't have the wherewithal of hustling for themselves. So how will the northern governors start building industries, cultivating farms, agriculture, massive agriculture in the north, utilizing their resources to benefit northerners? The population, the workforce is there. But these people, they will not see free money. That is why they are kicking against it. The Southeast, they are hustlers. Even Southeast politicians, they don't have a say at all. They are just sitting down there looking. Nobody's talking about the bill. How 5 states will have advantage over other states. It is good for restructuring. This is another form of restructuring. I believe Tinubu will not lose this battle. He's going to fight tooth and nail and make sure that this bill is passed. He's going to play politics. He's going to lobby and try and speak to some people, whether it's to help to activate them, to give them a gunje or something like that. They will come out and support this bill, and this bill will be passed. This bill is going to be a game changer in Nigeria. This bill is going to make sure that Nigeria will not, northern Nigeria will be thinking on how they are going to remove Tinubu 2027. This bill, northern Nigeria, that is their plan now. These people are backward. They don't care about progress and restructuring. Anytime a northerner says, let's restructure Nigeria, just know that it is hypocritical. Anytime a northerner says, let's separate Nigeria, know that it is hypocritical. Anytime they say, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just know that it is hypocritical. These people are anti-progress when we talk about Nigeria. They are the ones that benefit the most. And one thing will be busted. The population that the North claim they have. This tax bill will expose that population. Every time elections, Katsina has higher number. Kano, Kaduna. This tax bill will expose the inefficiency, the incompetence of the North. Look at Central Bank now. 1,000, he says 1,000 people they want to lay off, and most of them are northerners. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody says 6,000. Tinubu will clip and break their wings because the northerners, very foolish set of people. You know why? You can't use religion and tribe as a yardstick for development. You can't use religion, tribe as a yardstick for development. That is what the North has been applying, using to measure development in their region, which is why they are the most backward region, irrespective of the investment. If Southeast or the Southers has gotten the investment that federal government invested in the North, if that investment was taken to the Southeast, South, will not be in this level. But despite the investment, they are backward. So Tinubu, please, my prayer is that this fight, they should continue fighting to the extent that they will not say, let's divide the country. That's my prayer. I'm not saying the tax bill is bad. See, let me tell you the truth. That tax bill is one of the best bills. That Mr. Taiwo Oloyede, I think his name is Taiwo Oloyede, that tax man, he did a wonderful job. Although, sometime in 2019, he kicked against tax bill. Hypocrisy smells around these people. I'm not going to look at whether he kicked against it the other time. I'm not going to look at APC, but the tax bill is something notable of this government. But where it is going to lead us to is restructuring. That's why I'm talking about the tax bill, because nothing concerns me about Nigerian government. See, the people that are going to even suffer the most are the people, the Nigerian people. They are the ones I pity the most with this tax bill. They will suffer. You see all those things that are selling 300. When they pass this tax bill, they know that Nigerians don't read. Don't go and read that document and understand. But who cares? Nobody's going to read it. There are some implementations. There's some recommendations that are hidden, that are bogus. You know, during the last election, they were dragging 25%, not be 25%. 25% in the constitution, they were dragging 25%. This is the same thing the tax bill is going to offer you. You go to court, sire, because they are bogus. They are not clear. You need somebody to start explaining to you in plain language. They are not clear. Lawyers, SAN, were going to the court trying to explain 25%. FCT 25%. They were explaining English language. People were sleeping in court explaining the constitution. That is the same thing that is with this tax bill. There are so many things that are hidden. I don't care. I know Nigeria is not meant to work. Whatever that is hidden, let it bring the division of Nigeria. That's what we are talking about. That's what I'm concerned about. Let it restructure Nigeria. Because if I were to really criticize that bill, I think there's so much hypocrisy in that bill. The reason why I'm calling it a good bill, so that governors will start working. So if Niger Delta wakes up one day and said, we need to get a refinery to refine, and they look inward, they create SPV, they attract investment, private sector, they invite them, build the refinery, they meet federal government, NNPC, or the NPRD, the Regulatory Commission. Yes, come and help us approve this refinery. We don't rely on Lagos. Let us see whether the Lagos boys and Lagos politicians will start playing that politics of Delta State not having a refinery. That's when wahala go dey. Now everybody is told to look inwards. You have gas in Imo State. Imo State starts building gas plants. So they build their gas plant, and everybody will now start looking at resource control. So the north is in big soup. The north has the potential, but these guys are lazy. Religion and tribe have made them lazy. They are not creative. The workforce they need to engineer that growth, the creative minds they need to engineer that growth is not there. They have people that went to school and they are focused on occupying positions to attract money, oil money. You see in Abuja, you see how them plenty. Thank God that Tinubu is changing this. The reality is dawning on the northerners. Where you go, EFCC urbanized everywhere. Institution of government is being urbanized. You see Yoruba people, because the North started this rubbish and stupid thing. And I know Tinubu is not different from Buhari, so they will do the same thing. Let Tinubu urbanize everything, so that everywhere will scatter. This CBN, they should sack almost those people. You know, when you are doing competency tests in these ministries, they know that the northerners will fail, because all those who will not go school, the ones that go school are very few, and they put them in positions. Imagine that I have second class upper, and somebody somewhere else had third class and is put in a ministry, and I can't, because my name is Christian Chuku. I cannot be fixed with what I'm carrying. I cannot be fixed anywhere. And somebody is working in CBN and doing big boy and everything. Tinubu should deal with the northerners. Yes, the north is sitting on the keg of gunpowder. If this bill is passed, man, you go see war. You go see war. I'm telling you. If this bill is passed, the day you hear that the bill has been passed, that they fight. Look at the other time. They were fighting at the Senate House because of the same bill. They were fighting at the Senate House because of the same bill. I'm just going to pity for Nigerians. I don't envy Nigerians. I don't envy Nigerians. More money to the federal government, more money to states, some few states, more money to some few states, and the people are going to pay more. Let me analyze like this. Somebody works and earns 100,000. Let's say what the person spends on transportation is 30,000 before Tinubu came in. Let's say he spends 30,000 before Tinubu came in. Tinubu came in and removed subsidy. The subsidy regime made that 30,000 to skyrocket to 60,000. So he's now spending 60,000 for transportation. So Tinubu has taken 30,000 out of his life every month by removing subsidy. NEPA increase, maybe he's paying 5,000 before per month. Because of the subsidy removed on electricity, he's paying more, maybe extra 5,000. So Tinubu, out of 100,000, has removed 35,000. As a result of the subsidy removal, petrol effect on the price of goods and services. So what he spends for feeding, let's say initially out of 100,000, he spent 30,000 for transportation, 30,000 for feeding, and he is left with 40,000 saving and other expenses. At the end of the day, Tinubu will take like 50,000 from you. Then we have the tax bill. More is going to be taken from the Nigerian people. Tinubu's policies have taken a lot from Nigerians, and more is going to be taken from Nigerian people. I don't pity anybody at this point in time. Tinubu is a tax master. He has come to fulfill what he said. Widen the tax nest. Yes, reduce the purchasing power. That is what he has come to fulfill, and he will fulfill it. No going back on this tax bill. The North should cry from now to tomorrow. They are going to do nothing. They have nothing at stake. They have nothing they can do at this point in time. Tinubu should go on. For those in the southeast, let's watch. Be watching as things unfold.